I mean, I know you saw the game last night, but can you believe how the refs were hanging on the goalpost to move it over a little bit more so that the ball could go in and doink off the left upright and go in? I know you saw it. The officials there. You should upload a YouTube video with a big red circle and just being like, look at this. And you see them leaning on it because refs are going to help those Chiefs win. But good God, man, they can't keep getting away with it. We say after they get away with it every single freaking fracking week. The Chiefs are your AFC West champions.
Somebody's coming knocking. Don't worry.
You know what? And the Chargers, listen, they were down McConkey. They were down J.K. Dobbins, but still able to make that game pretty darn close. Just couldn't finish that out. But they clinched a spot. On top of that, the Eagles, they clinched a playoff berth. Of course, the Lions already clinched a playoff berth from Thursday, though we're not going to talk about what happened there. So no one saw the game. It was fine. Also, real quick, just to reiterate, because I was 1,000,000% wrong on Friday's show when I was talking about Kirby Joseph. I also made a pin comment over on the GPS talking about Q&A, what have you. I thought the Hawkinson injury was this year. It was not. I was referring to Hawk, which happened last year, and Higbee on that Kirby Joseph hit. So I might not be a fan of the hit still, but I want to make sure I clarify because I did put out wrong information there. It was not from this season. So just want to clarify there. Also, I want the Packers to win everything, and I want to play the Lions again and beat them in the playoffs. That is all.
Wow.
That's all.
Packers are going to lose in the playoffs.
Suck my balls, Perna. All right?
Vikings will beat them. Lions will. No, this is what's going to happen. They're going to let the Packers are going to lose to the Lions. And then they're going to, just because no other team's good, they're going to let the Packers play again the following week against the Vikings, and they're going to lose again.
Why would you do this to me? You know what? I'm glad the Chiefs won your division. I'm glad the Chiefs.
The Packers are last week's news.
I am glad
the Vikings are here today.
Won your division. I hope that, you know what? I hope it is Broncos and Chiefs in the wild card round. And it's a blocked field goal again. Just for that. Just for that. You know what? For the D. I single-handedly won the game for you on prime time, and this is the thanks I get. This is the appreciation I get. You put my urine on a curse wheel. Just saying. Just saying, Brandon. Just saying. Mac Jones with a big-time win. Look at that. Look at that. What year is it? Big-time win. Yeah, that's that game was awful. We have a lot to talk about. Besides, of course, teams clinching some playoff spots. You did have the Jaguars win. You had the Bills game, which we were talking right before we went on the show. It was the first time it's been a while since I only streamed one game yesterday because I was like, this Bills-Rams game is probably not going to be that good. It'll be competitive for a little bit. Turns out both defenses are like, nope, we don't want to show up, especially for Buffalo. Josh Allen has 6 freaking touchdowns, doing everything, and they still lose that game. That was absolute bonkers. And, hey, we had another blocked field goal, too, because in the Giants game, I know 3 people watched it, but
yeah,
true story. True.
There's there was another blocked field goal that resulted in the team who blocked it winning the game. So we've seen that, 3 or 4 times now this season.
Yep.
The Chiefs get a doink and win. The Cardinals doink and lose. Normal teams lose when they doink a kick, and the Cardinals the Cardinals stay true for it. So the NFL is just...
You mean the Chiefs? What
did I say?
Cardinals.
Cardinals lost with their doink.
Cardinals lost, yeah.
Chiefs won.
Chiefs won.
Sorry, I was reading a text while I was talking, and my brain doesn't multitask.
You're like, it can focus on one thing really well.
Do it. Let's go back to this Chiefs game. Because ultimately, I have to say thank you, Kansas City. You beat the Chargers, and that opens up the Broncos playoff paths. So, as a Broncos fan, I actually needed that. So, fuck you guys. We wanted you to win.
Got him.
The devil's working for us now, motherlickers. Second part of it. The doink, I know it's funny. It plays into their devil magic. And don't worry, we will capitalize on that. But it was a chip shot field goal. There was never like any sort of fear that they would win.
It was like a 63-yarder. What are you talking about, Brandon?
What's that?
It was a 63-yarder.
No, it was what?
The odds were stacked against them, and the Kansas City Chiefs came riding in on a white horse, and they saved the day. Thank God.
The fact that it doinked in doesn't surprise me.
Just funny.
If that were a long field goal, it would have been wild.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they have their third kicker kicking a game-winning kick.
Yep.
No other teams even had 2 different kickers kick game winners in the same season. So that's crazy.
We have one. So,
but here's the man I'm mad at, Tom.
I've seen
it's Derwin James missing that tackle. He had Mahomes,
and he's just like
dead to rights.
Yep.
Mahomes just does this. People are like, "Oh, he's so elusive."
Do a little bit of.
He just did this. Derwin, he got too excited. Derwin, one of 2 players in the NFL not scared to hit Mahomes. The other one's suspended for 3 games right now. But Derwin thought he was going to light up Mahomes, and instead of breaking down to tackle him, he went to lay the hit, and he just flew past Mahomes on 3rd down. Mahomes gets the completion, which forces puts the Chiefs in a position to run the clock down. Otherwise, they would have had to kick the field goal. Chargers would have got the ball back with a little bit of time.
And they were moving the ball. Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? But God, the Chargers need J.K. Dobbins and, Ladd McConkey too. Yeah. But
it's real.
They're just, the Chargers feel like a team who they do have the defense to hang around, but it feels like next year we're going to be talking about the Chargers as a legit, this team can make some noise in the postseason.
Yes, agreed.
But they're not there yet.
Yeah, get another receiver. Not having J.K. Dobbins makes a tremendous difference in this run game, obviously. Gus the Bus is fine, but it's night and day at this point. 1. And then 2, they do need another receiving threat. Make that offense hum a little bit more, and then I think you're rocking and rolling. But I agree. And you and I talked about this earlier this season. It's what are the Chargers going to look like next year or the year after that, within the next 2 years? Because I think Harbaugh coming in, taking that roster, and obviously getting Joe Alt, which definitely helped with that offensive line, but taking that roster and making them a running football team, a balanced attack with a good defense. Give them another draft. I think it's going to get real exciting.
Yeah, I think the Chargers need they need a monster on the interior of their line. They need a guard. Was it Pipkins who just kept getting fucking blown up yesterday? So probably they'll go there. Another playmaker at receiver, another running back. They're in a similar situation as the Broncos. They're overperforming. They're putting stuff together. You like the foundation. And it's just they need an offseason and a draft to kind of complete their team to be legitimate noisemakers in the postseason. But it's 17-19 ball game for the Chargers and Chiefs there. Yeah. Chiefs fans got to be, and I know the Chiefs just figure out ways to win. Mahomes on 3rd down with the game on the line, there's nobody better. He's just, it's ridiculous. But their offensive line is If they're going to lose in the playoffs, it's going to be because of their offensive line.
Looking at you, left
DJ Humphries, they brought him in. He got hurt in this game. I don't know if he came back in or how significant it was, but even when he was out there, how many times was Mahomes hit last night?
Yeah, dude.
But not enough, but a lot.
It's been a recurring thing throughout the season too, and we've talked about him not being able to elude a bunch of sacks that he might have in the past. And even in that Bills game, he was getting pressured nonstop. And so we have a team that can get after the quarterback. It's going to be a problem. Which is why I'm even more curious. It is going to be the ugliest game of our time, but I can't wait for that Christmas game between the Steelers and the Chiefs because they're going up against a good defense. That's going to be a 9-6 ball game. It has potential to be.
I know how that game ends. I'll tell you right now.
Woody, I get
Chris Boswell is 4 for 4 on field goals throughout the day.
All's well to Boswell, baby.
Game winner on the line. Boswell shanks it. Just shanks it. Chiefs win. Boswell misses. That's how Christmas ends. Steelers fans, they burn their Christmas trees in effigy.